Hello. Welcome back to 444 Keys to Wisdom. So, I actually have a very serious message, okay, especially for my single moms, mothers, women. First, I'm actually going to give you a dream that I had, and I'm going to give the interpretation of it, okay? So, the city that I live in, okay, I live in a certain city in Ohio, and I lived in another city close to here that's about 50 minutes away. So in this particular dream, I was in this house, and there was these children there, maybe 3 kids. I just know it was kids in this house, right? The house was really well lit, very nice, very clean. And so I went into the house and I was telling the people, get the kids to the back. Okay, they were in the front of the house, like the living room area. I was like, get them to the back, right? But I was like really upset, like I was heated, I was pissed, like, and the adults in the house were moving too slow. They weren't moving fast enough. I'm like, what is y'all doing standing around like, hey, y'all get these kids to the back, because when these bullets start flying, these kids is gonna get hit, right? If they in the back, it ain't gonna reach them, right? So I can't remember how, but I know I was able to get the kids to the back. Okay, so then the dream flips to this guy approaching me to talk to me, like he was trying to holler or whatever. So I'm talking to him, but in my mind I'm watching him. So I'm like, okay. So he's asking for my number. So I'm trying to write my number down, but I couldn't remember my phone number, right? I know my number, but I was like, I wrote it down, but I wrote it down wrong. And I'm like, okay, no, that's not it. So I'm telling this dude about my ex, okay? Last relationship I had. Let me tell you about this mentally ill person, okay? So he's listening. But then his reaction was so blah. Something was like, he already knows him, or he already knows. My intuition in the dream was like, he already knows. How? So all of a sudden, it was like I'm standing there in front of him, but I could see behind him, I could see like him, the guy that was trying to talk to me, I could see him having a conversation with my ex on the telephone. Like my ex had called him, and I could hear his voice. And he was saying something. I don't know what he was saying, but he was saying something to him, right? And the dude was like, yeah, like real lackadaisical about it. Like, yeah, you know, I heard this over here, I heard that. So I'm like, oh, so he knows him. They've talked. He knows this dude. So I was like, oh, okay. So the dude was talking, and so he's dark skinned. He's a black man, okay? He's dark skinned. He has like this kind of square head. He has waves, okay? Nice hair texture, but he got waves. And he put on some gold rimmed glasses. He put on a pair of glasses. I don't know if they were prescription or just fashion, but he put on a pair of glasses that were gold rimmed. And he had a book, like one of them string, like basketball book bags, like the bag, but it's got the string, the little thin string to them, and it's just the bag that just kind of hangs or whatever. So he had that, but inside the bag was some weed or some pills. So like he sells weed or whatever, he sells pills, or he sells something that was inside his bag. So I got up. So the interpretation of that is, ladies, be careful. Okay, let me explain to you another form of human trafficking. Okay, these exes that are mentally unstable, mentally ill, whether you have children with them or not, that just can't move on with their life or whatever. So, a lot of them are afraid to be outed for being gay. Like, if you're in a relationship with somebody, their secrets, they get scared that somebody's going to tell their secrets, right? So they try to get rid of you, okay? So, ladies, if you're going through a situation, if you're single and you went through a breakup and there's someone approaches you to get your number to try to talk to you, use your intuition, okay? Think. Don't move too quickly, okay? Because someone actually could be sending that person to you to date you on purpose, but the ultimate goal is to harm you in some kind of way. And whoever I'm talking to, you have children, okay? And so if especially if you're a black man, nice physique, waves, wears glasses or gold rim glasses or whatever, it's not real, okay? Somebody is sending this person in. Like, this person, like, my ex is in the same city that I was in, or I don't know. I haven't talked to this person in a long time, so maybe not. But the person that he was talking to on the phone lives in another city, Canton, which is about 50 minutes from where I'm at. So this person's in a whole nother city, okay? So, these niggas be out here doing the most, okay? They it's bad. So, ladies, single moms, don't be so quick to jump on people that want to talk to you, okay? Protect your babies, protect your children, okay? Because I remember I was so upset about the kids. And let me explain this to you. For me, I made sure I had to deal with any issues of codependency I might have had in the past, okay? And I've explained what codependency is. Codependency is not love, and a lot of us have been in those relationships, or a lot of you are in codependent relationships, and you're misinterpreting it for love. It's like I got a car, you got a house, I'm saying? I got a car, but you don't, but you need to get to work. You got a house, I don't, but I need a place to live. So, and we're sexually attracted to each other. So let's put that together and let's make a relationship. That is not love. That is codependency, okay? Before you come together, you need to have your own stuff. This person need to have their own stuff. And y'all need to take time to get to know each other, okay? Even friendships can do that, okay? I remember, one of my children's fathers, I was really good friends with the other mothers of his kids, but I had to realize these are not real friendships. They were not real friendships. They were trauma bonds, okay? And that's very toxic, okay? What brought us together was not the appreciation for one another's character. What brought us together was the same man got all of us pregnant and did us all the same way and bounced on us all. So now we're taking care of these kids by ourselves. So the trauma that we received from this person is what actually brought us together. That's not a friendship, okay? It's not love. It's not pure, okay? And typically things like that don't last, because if you haven't taken time to appreciate a person for who they are, a lot of times down the line, if somebody does this or somebody does better or somebody, whatever, jealousy comes into play, all kind of weird stuff, competition, all kind of weird stuff, because it was the trauma of what y'all went through with this person that brought you together, okay? Same thing with men, okay? Both of y'all, 3 of y'all got kids with the same woman. Y'all get cool, you know what I'm saying? The trauma of what happened with her, or y'all hatred for her, has brought y'all together. But as soon as one of these fellas decide to go off and maybe get a good woman, and the other ones haven't found one yet, or whatever, he's made it come up, now these other niggas is mad. Because it was a trauma bond. It was not a true friendship, okay? Trauma bonding as well is, you meet a person, my mom died too when I was 3, and my mom died when I was 6. So we both don't have a mother, so we can just be there for each other. That's not love. That is not a reason to come together in a relationship. That is not common ground. Oh, we got so much in common because we've been through the same things. We both come from the project. We was both in jail together, or we both this, or we both got shot, or we both had, you know what I'm saying? We was both molested at 12, or that's not love. It's trauma bonding, and it's very toxic, okay? What you're supposed to do is let the healed and the healthy parts of you that are common bring yourself together. Now, You do need to know a person's history, okay, because their history shapes who they are. You need to know their experiences. And also you need to know that simply because if you truly care about somebody, you don't want to do things that trigger them, okay? Now, everybody's responsible for their own healing. That's not what I'm saying. But some people will always have certain triggers, and you don't want to re-traumatize a person doing something. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you got to walk on eggshells around people, okay? If you do something unconsciously and it set this person off, you know, it is ultimately their responsibility to figure out why they reacted to you that way, okay? But there are things that we still just need to be mindful of, okay? So, you know, with the trauma bonding and the codependency, none of that, okay? So, you know, what these men do, or these women too, what they do is they come to you and they find something bad that happened to you, okay, if they don't already know. And they start talking about that one thing, and yeah, this happened to me, and you're just looking like, oh yeah, that happened to me too, and oh, we got so much in common. No, we don't. You know, yeah, we're not gonna use that to glue us together, okay? But ladies, don't be fooled. Don't let nobody trauma bond you, okay? But if there's a man that comes to you and he's darker skinned, he's a black man, he got waves, and he wear glasses, gold rimmed glasses, he's being sent in. And the ultimate goal, again, is to hurt you. And if you have children, you have to protect your kids, okay? You have to see this differently, okay? People, when somebody comes to you with the intention to date you, have sex with you, to hurt you or break your heart, purposely break your heart. You know, even my men, when a woman approaches you, and let's say you are a father, you're active in your kid's life, okay? And she knows you have children or teenagers, and she's still coming into your life for the sake of financial gain. You know what I'm saying? I just want him to take care of me. I want, you know what I'm saying? Usually a woman like that, in the back of her mind, she actually wants them kids out the way. Okay, so she can get everything. Okay, you can spoil her, you can spend your money. And in her mind, you know, a person that's coming to you with ill intentions anyway, there's already something with their mind in the first place. They don't even like your kids. They actually don't even want them there. And her goal is to move them out the way. Okay, she don't even want you to be a dad to them kids. But even a woman that approaches a man like, oh, I just want to, you know what I'm saying, he got money, and he, you know what I'm saying, he a good dad, he'll take care of me, or I'm coming into her, you know what I'm saying, I want to sleep with her because she got bread, I'm going to get this off of her, or she got this, or I'm going to ride her car, or this person is sending me in to hurt her for some sort of gain, and you have children. I need y'all to see this. These are child abusers, okay? Anybody that attempts to do anything to you, friend, family, co-worker, lover, whoever, and they know you have children, please see these people as child abusers, because whatever affects you affects your children, okay? If you are a good mother, me as a mother, every dollar I spend, okay, goes to my children, okay? And if you take something from me, you're taking from my children, okay? If they're coming in to hurt you or do something to you, it's going to psychologically affect your kids, okay? So you have to understand, this is deeper than that. This is not just, oh, they trying to be an op and this. If you have children, these people are child abusers, and I need you to see that, because they don't care what happens to your kids if something happens to you. That is a child abuser. They don't care if it affects your kids physically, psychologically. They don't care. Okay? That is a child abuser, man or woman. Any op or whatever you want to call them, that ever comes for you, and you provide well for your children, you are a man or a woman. There are child abusers. Stay away from these people. Don't fool with these people. Okay? See them for what it is. But this is also another form of human trafficking. Okay? To send someone in, to date someone, sleep with somebody, to do this and get this. Even women coming into a man's life to do this and blase skip and blase woo-de-woo. But the ulterior motive is they're on the puppet string. Okay? Somebody else is puppeteering this person to get to you for money, sex, gain, whatever, or to hurt you, whatever the case is. They are participating in human trafficking, okay? Human trafficking ain't just the way we see it on the news. People human traffic all day, okay? I've had ex try to human traffic me before. I just wasn't fucking going for it, okay? So mothers, listen, 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 listen. Y'all got to take this seriously, okay? In that dream, I was pissed. I was like, get these kids out of here. Da, 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 da. They don't care what happens to your children, and nor do they. A lot of people don't understand karma as well, okay? Especially if people, they stupid. You got kids and you want to do something with somebody else that has children. Are you serious? You just signed your own kid death certificate or whatever. Okay, cool. But mothers, protect your babies, okay? I had a situation years ago, and I had to just let it go because like my children were being traumatized enough. I had a custody battle and they were being traumatized enough. So I had to lay down my sword, okay, for their well-being and mental health, and surrender, okay? Because again, people are selfish. They only think of themselves, but it's like, are you paying attention to what this does to these kids? And even if, some people think, oh, because you're not physically beating it. No. There's psychological damage that's being done. There's grief that's being done that's probably not being addressed, okay? It's abuse. It's a form of child abuse, okay? So if you ever had an ex that did you wrong and stole from you or did this, and you have children, man or woman, you better stay away from this person. Get this person the hell away from you, and don't you dare the fuck look back, because that's a child abuser. They didn't give a fuck about what happened to you, so they definitely didn't give a fuck about what happens to your child. Okay, what happens to you happens to your babies. Okay, stop being so in a hurry to be in relationships. Learn how to be alone. Enjoy your own company, because sometimes it will save your life. Okay, when you love yourself, you attract other people who love you too. When you don't love yourself, you're going to attract other people who don't love you too. When you appreciate yourself, you're going to attract other people who appreciate you. But when you don't appreciate yourself, you're going to attract other people who don't appreciate you. When you overstep your own boundaries, okay? Listen to what I'm saying now. When you overstep, first of all, you got to set boundaries with people. But when you overstep your own boundaries, other people are always going to go over your boundaries too. You got to learn to be okay with being alone. Okay? You don't always got to have somebody. You ain't always got to be with somebody. That's a codependent nature. Okay? There is no greater love outside of yourself. Everything outside of you is an addition. It's a cherry on top. It's not the full bowl of ice cream. You are the full bowl of ice cream, okay? Anybody that wants to come along and add to that, and then you add to them, great, okay? But it's not the be all end all. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop being so thirsty to be with people, because it's messing you up, okay? You got to learn autonomy. Autonomy, okay? But some of these babies, these children are in danger because y'all codependent nature. And this was me at one point, but I had to learn. Y'all codependent nature is putting these babies in danger. And if you are like me and you love your children and you want them to have a better life than you did, you will make that sacrifice and say, you know what, I'm just gonna wait for the right person. Okay, there's some people that's old school, and I see why they do it. I used to didn't understand it, but I kind of see why they do it. Some people won't even date until their children are out of high school, because they just don't want to introduce all that. Once they raise everybody, then they'll go out and date again. And some people just be like, I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're dating, date these people outside your home. Don't bring people in the house, but you got to be careful. You got to be careful of where these people are coming from. We are in a whole different day and time, okay? You have relatives, you have people, you're going to have people that don't like you, okay? We don't give a fuck, right? We don't give a fuck, okay? Unless you have an approval addiction, you deal with your approval addiction. But a healed person without an approval addiction who's not codependent don't give a fuck what people think, okay? They're fine being alone if they have to be, until what is divinely guided for you comes along, and you're going to know. But if you're so thirsty to be with somebody, You can get yourself killed nowadays with that, okay? So that's a form of human traffic. Don't let nobody human traffic you. Don't do that. Don't. Hell no. Don't do that, okay? My single mothers, we got to go back to adopting that attitude. Nigga, if it's me or you, I'm going to always choose myself, okay? Ain't nobody going nowhere. You going to go somewhere, but it won't be me. You know what I'm saying? We got to bring our mama bears back, okay? We got to bring our Medeas back, all right? So, moms, that dream. If you've been by yourself for a minute, and you know you had a very mentally ill ex that just will not leave you alone or let you go, this person is not well up here, and so they want to keep going. Somebody's going to keep going until they're either dead or in jail, okay? I'm talking to somebody who's highly protected, okay? But you still have to, you know, I am not in the church anymore. I'm a preacher's kid, but I let that go years ago. I do not subscribe to organized religion whatsoever. I'm a spiritual being. But once in a while, there are things that I still hold on to. And one of them is very true. There's a lot of stuff in the Bible that's pure garbage. And there's a lot of stuff that's truth. It's actually both. It's a bit of the truth, a bit of lies. But all of them are. Every religion is a little bit of truth, a little bit of lies. But there is one truth that says, be sober, be vigilant. Okay? Because, what does it say? The enemy walks around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour, or something to that effect. Some things just stay with you. Okay? When you raise it, it just stay with you. That part is true. You got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. Stop being so thirsty for attention. You know, and that could be a man too. We got some men out here that is attention whores as well. The first woman that pay him attention, that he don't know what to do with himself. He's sticking his chest out like, oh, she want me. Oh, you know, as a woman, and you know, no. Be cool. Why you here? Who sent you? And just slow down. Slow yourself down. Use your intuition. But there's somebody, they gonna try it again. It's not gonna work. They gonna try it again. Then they went to another city, okay, to find somebody to come court you. It's not real, okay? But again, if you have children, you don't have that to do. You don't have that to do, because these people like that want what they want, and they're not even paying attention to the fact that they're showing you that they are child abusers as well. They abuse children psychologically, physically, emotionally. They don't care what your children would have to go through if something should happen to you. Okay? That's a child abuser. Call it what it is. Don't dress it up. Call it what it is. And as soon as you peep that, even if you had a friend, oh, my homegirl tried to, you know what I'm saying, have my car broken into. My homegirl tried to this. If this is the car that gets you back and forth to work so you can feed you and your children, if this is the car that you pick your child up from daycare in, and she tried to destroy it because she's mad, she's a child abuser as well. Because now your kids don't have what they need. Because you don't have what you need. Your homegirl's a child abuser. Okay? Call it what it is. Don't sugarcoat this stuff. And once you see that, leave these people alone. Leave them alone, man. Leave them alone. Okay? Unless you can hold that on your conscience and knowing that you allowed something like that to happen to your children. Okay? So, I'm out. I hope that helped you. But pay attention. All right? Pay attention.